morning, and welcome to this week's edition of Marquette in Motion. We're your hosts, Miranda Peters
and Hallie Kilberg. We hope you all had a wonderful Easter, but let's hop right into today's show. We'll be giving you all the details on a recent award won by our very own Brooklyn Moore.
Telling you all about the upcoming construction day some of Marquette students will be participating in.
Informing you on the PTO-sponsored Mother-Son Night of Fun.
Hallie and I will be answering more questions, and you ask, we answer.
As always, we'll be giving you all the Marquette sports and updates.
And since we've heard from all of our Marquette seniors, today we'll be interviewing kindergarten teacher and co-curriculum director, Mrs. Tricia Kilberg.
We also want to direct our congratulations to a Marquette student, and she just happens to be one of our reporters.
Brooklyn Moore recently won the Character Counts Audio Award for the second year in a row.
To earn this prestigious award, she wrote and produced an audio commercial about the importance of character, both on and off the field and court.
The audio Brooklyn produced portrayed a 911 operator asking about a victim's emergency.
The victim then explained the crime committed was that she had been bullied.
Brooklyn then posed listeners with a thought-provoking question. If bullying was a crime, would you be committing it?
She then went on to say that bullying is a crime, a very serious crime, that does not need to happen.
For her hard work, she had the privilege of being on the radio, which she is every week anyway, and also received a $1,000 scholarship.
This commercial was aired on the radio during the boys' state basketball tournament this year.
And if you missed it, don't worry, as it will be airing during the state baseball and football tournaments.
Once again, we'd like to congratulate Brooklyn for her hard-earned award and the legacy that she is working to build.
But now we'd like to inform you on how other Marquette students are going to see something else get built.
Here to tell us about Construction Day is Catherine Heimbuck.
On Thursday, April 27th, 8 Marquette students will be traveling to Dubuque for a construction day. The students will be leaving at 8 in the morning and will be back at school at around 12:30. During these hours, they will be learning about construction and construction techniques from some of the pros, and later putting that knowledge to work by actually building. The students going include juniors Caleb Schrader, Ben Kettman, Nate Brinker, and Blaine Banowitz. Sophomores Jeb Schwager, Tyler Kramer, and Jacob Kyle, and freshman Matthew Brinker. The boys will be receiving a free lunch after all of their hard work. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Catherine Heimbuck. Stay tuned for more Marquette in Motion after the break.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Here to tell us about the Mother-Son Night of Fun is Justina Denlinger.
The PTO is proud to once again host the Mother-Son Night of Fun for all Marquette kindergarten through 5th grade boys and their mothers. This exciting event will take place on the evening of Friday, April 28th, and will be held in the MEC. This night is a time for boys to have a special, fun night with their mothers and their friends, while enjoying free food and entertainment courtesy of the PTO. Multiple games will be played throughout the night, and to many students' delight, there will be an all-you-can-eat sundae bar for everyone. After all of the events and ice cream, the night will end with a very intense game of dodgeball. All mothers versus all sons. Then, to cap off the night, the PTO will be giving away 4 Nerf guns to 4 very lucky boys. Thanks again, PTO, for all you do for Marquette. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Justina Denlinger.
Thanks, Justina. Up next, and You Ask, We Answer, Hallie and I will be giving out some great advice by answering questions read off by John.
Thanks, Miranda. The first question reads, how can I stay focused and not get summer fever?
I would say the easiest way is to not get into the summer habits, like staying up late at night or doing other stuff like that. I'd say try deliberately to stay in your routine that you do throughout the rest of the school year, and it will put your mind in the state of school, and you won't be trying to relax and get into that summer mode quite yet.
The next question reads, when a visitor comes into the classroom, is it more appropriate to acknowledge and welcome them, or just to continue with class?
It would definitely be more polite to acknowledge them and welcome them. Just don't overdo it because you are still having class and you're still on the school's time and the teacher's time and you're there to learn. But it definitely is more welcoming when you acknowledge that someone has come into the classroom.
I would say kind of play it off what the teacher does. If they stop class and welcome them, then I say really follow their lead. But if the teacher is trying to finish up an idea, definitely wait. So just kind of go with what the teacher needs to get done.
And our final question reads, as the school year is approaching to an end, how are you going to be able to handle the senior class leaving?
It's going to be kind of sad because my brother's a senior and I've gotten to know a lot of his classmates just because we have to go to and from school with each other every day. And so I've made a lot of pretty great friends who are seniors, and I'll definitely miss them.
Thanks, guys. Stay tuned. More Marquette in Motion after the break.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Here now again is Jonathan Herrig with all the Marquette sports and updates.
Thanks, Miranda. Marquette's soccer team has had one night of games this past week that took place against Postville this past Thursday. However, both the JV and varsity were unable to leave with a win against their strong competition. Also, Marquette's girls and boys track teams each participated in their own meet this past week, with the girls traveling on Tuesday to Durand and the boys competing at the Bellevue meet this past Thursday. Unfortunately, we do not have all the results from these two meets, and Sam will be here next week to tell you all the results from these two events. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Jonathan Herrig with your Marquette Sports and Updates report.
Thanks, John. Now interviewing Mrs. Kilberg are Brooklyn Moore and Kelsey Gerlach.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brooklyn Moore.
And I'm Kelsey Gerlach.
And today we'll be interviewing Mrs. Kilberg.
So, Mrs. Kilberg, could you start us off by telling us a little bit about your roles here at Marquette?
Sure, Kelsey. So I am the kindergarten teacher here at Marquette, and I have been here for many years. I'm also the co-curriculum director, and I do that with Mr. Kaiser, so the two of us oversee the curriculum. And then finally, I look over the Marquette in Motion show, so that's another job that I have here.
What are your responsibilities as a co-curriculum director?
As a co-curriculum director, we are constantly evaluating our current curriculum and looking for ways to improve it. That's a lot of what we do. We're researching the best practices. We're looking for other high-quality programs that we can infuse into our current curriculum. And we bring those to the teachers to kind of get their feedback and to have them look them over. And then we also order the textbooks or any sort of subscription-based programs that we have. So that's kind of my main job. I'm also a sounding board, and this is the part I really like when somebody has a question about how they maybe can make a lesson a little bit better, a little bit more engaging. They come to me and I help them in that endeavor. And then Mr. Kaiser and I also plan the professional development days that the teachers partake in. And in fact, we just had one on Tuesday of this week. So we did that.
So out of all the things you handle here, which one do you think is your favorite?
That is a really difficult question. I feel like it's kind of like your children. You love them all. So it's really hard to say. I really love teaching, and I will always love teaching. And of course, I love producing Marquette in Motion. But I especially like teaching teachers. I like bringing new things to them. Last year, for our professional development, our focus was on teaching with creativity and engagement. And so we focused on the book Teach Like a Pirate by Dave Burgess, and that was very successful. And so we actually, last year and this year, have been able to bring recertification credit to the teachers, paid for by the school. So they are able to take the class that we're offering for credit, and then that goes towards their recertification. I believe every 5 years they need maybe 6 credits or something. So one of those credits last year and then one again this year was provided by the school. This year our focus was on teaching with intention, and so we focused on the book The Classroom Management Secret by Michael Linson, and that was very successful as well. So we focused on classroom management this time. We focused on data, collecting it, analyzing it, and using it. And then we also focused on the backward lesson design. So we just wrapped up that class, and that was very exciting. So I do love all pieces, just in different ways.
I see. Do you have any other upcoming ventures that you're involved in here at Marquette?
Well, in a couple weeks, we are hosting grandparents for Grandparents' Day. I know who doesn't love that day. And in conjunction with that, we have a variety show that the K through 5 students put on. And the variety show is structured so that each class has a little short play, song, dance. It usually lasts only about 5 minutes. And then there's a finale where the K through 5 students get together and they have also a short production that's faith-based. And so we're doing that again this year. This year, it is kind of mirrored on the Forever Country. I don't know if you've seen that video with a lot of different country artists singing Take Me Home Country Roads, but it's a mashup of some other songs too. So we're kind of mirroring it on that, but it also has a message of how those we love are always there to love us and watch us and see us through the hard times, and ultimately how Jesus is always there to lead us home. So we're really looking forward to that. So that is May 5th for the Grandparents' Day performance, and then we also perform for parents on Monday, the 8th at 6:30 in the MEC as well. So that's a big endeavor, and that's what I'm looking forward to next.
I'm looking forward to that too. Okay, well, that concludes our interview. Thanks for letting us interview you, and thanks to all of our listeners. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Brooklyn Moore
And Kelsey Gerlach.
with Tell Us More.
Thanks for reporting, everyone.
And thank you for tuning in.
For Marquette in Motion, this has been Miranda Peters.
And Hallie Kilberg.
And remember, stay informed, stay involved, stay in motion.